Okay, this is test on fast internet connection. I don't know how long will it work. When it runs out, it will be blurry. Hi, I don't know who you are. Anyway, I'm glad this is working. We are rolling now on a fast internet connection, which will end pretty soon. And I still didn't know how to rotate the screen. If I rotate the screen, no, that doesn't work. I have to figure out how to make video the good way, horizontal, not vertical. This chat here is pretty small, much harder to read. Today is windy. So if my data runs out, ideally the scope will keep running, and or it might crash. I don't know what will happen. I used to watch my scope on Periscope, my goodness. Yeah, I used to do the stuff on Twitter, but Twitter closed down the part of the Periscope, so Oh, Medgrad, welcome. Now I have to remember you. SER. Alrighty. So do you think the quality is still good, guys? So if the data runs out, I wonder if YouTube will automatically scale it down to very blurry, low bitrate. But, or will it completely stop it and freeze it like Periscope did? This is big unknown. I'm sure, I think the data must be almost used up. I have very little data per day, but the Periscope used very little as well, so I could, do some meaningful scope for 30 minutes or more. It's pretty blurry. Maybe it's already ran out. Maybe it just worked for like a few minutes at the beginning. Oh well. Lo-fi scope, I guess. But the low speed internet is unlimited, so I can keep on scoping and scoping till it completely makes my phone run out of juice. But I think when I'm at home, I can do the garden, my balcony garden, and that will be in super high quality because I will be on the real internet. It's still amazing that it works on such a low bandwidth. It's quiet thing. Oh, there's a beetle here. I'm sure it's a pixel, not a beetle. Today is such a nice sunny day. Very dry, very sunny, and perfect autumn, warm. Here you go. Oh, you could change your name. Wow. Are you using the YouTube app or client, or are you on the PC? I don't know how this works now. I guess you could watch on anything. I wonder if your name will stick. Audio is good though. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. At least we can talk. Can you believe I think now the DM, like I was always writing DM for chat on Twitter, and now it doesn't work. Yesterday I scoped, and indeed I didn't receive DMs until I checked them later. So I think they turned it off, so you cannot communicate at all. That's so cheap. I can change my name twice every... Oh, it's the Google thing, change name under YouTube maybe. Okay. Personalize yourself. Or personify. My goodness. Oh, there's so many dragonflies flying here. Tokyo is trying something weird with the grass. They leave the grass after mowing on the field. I wonder if they will collect it, or will they just leave it? It looks ugly, and I think it makes the grass underneath not grow as well as it should. It was Xuthus on Periscope. Man, I don't even remember you. On Periscope there were so many people. I don't even remember Medgrad from Periscope until later on. But I've been tweeting, and I think he stuck with me on the Twitter live thing. Yeah, I wonder what other people are doing. They're YouTubing. Somehow I can now do live on YouTube. I don't know what happened. I don't think I have the requirements to do, but I tried this app that allowed me to do live to YouTube. And then I actually went to YouTube And I realized, well, the live option is actually turned on. And this is perfect. I'm boycotting Twitter X. Twitter X became the Tesla of the new people, of the social apps. If you don't pay $100, you cannot chat, for example, in a Twitter live. They just turned it off a few weeks ago, which is, I thought something is broken. I could never find any reference on the internet. Like, why is it not working? Maybe no one's using Twitter Live, or yeah. I think I think the YouTube is the only thing that works, and it works on my low bandwidth. That's the thing. So I think I'm gonna do YouTube from now on, and Twitter is terrible. Advertisements and limitations. I actually never used Twitter, like, to really tweet and do stuff or look at that. I don't do Instagram either. I used to, but there's just so much advertising on it. Yes, for YouTube, hooray, hooray. I wonder if Gemma will be able to get on YouTube. She couldn't get on Skype because I tried Skype. Skype had these really good codecs that can handle pretty reasonable video on a very, very, very low connection. And they've also added the meeting option, so I could kind of scope on Skype, which I tried, but I think YouTube is just the chat being here, and it just works. It's much better, in my opinion. Skype is solid. You can go to another window and still alive. I hear thunder of an airplane somewhere. Can I zoom in? Oh wow, look, zooming works on YouTube. There's a helicopter flying, but I don't see it. Oh, it's flying above me. It's like here, somewhere in the sky. Pixels, pixels. Next week I'm going to do hiking in the mountains. I really have to go. The temperatures are already gonna be like 4 degrees Celsius in the morning. I'm scared things will freeze before I actually go. I remember the day before Periscope was shut down, I found you streaming and asked you how you were going to stream from now on, and Twitter Live, you're right. Yeah, you were somewhere at the end of this Periscope thing. There were so many people before you. I remember. And then you stuck with me after it shut down and we were on like Twitter Live. Because I don't remember you from like the years before that. There were whole generations of people. Oh, really, when the Periscope was a saga. Some people just scoped and they disappeared. Maybe I'm the longest running one on Twitter. Oh, nice breeze. Yeah, I was pretty new to your stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, you missed the golden years, Medgrad. In the golden years, before it was all nasty, it was just perfect app for like chilling and meeting real people. That's how I met Louise and everyone else, and Kim and Sindbad, and we hanged out in Yokohama. Well, as Periscope was shut down, I subscribed to you on YouTube and waited. Oh my God, you know, and I tested on YouTube and I could not go live because YouTube had requirements. You have to have like some 1,000 followers or something like this, and they wouldn't let you go live. But somehow now I checked and it works. So whether this is done on purpose or maybe because I used another app that unlocked something, I have no idea. It just works. So I'm gonna stick to it. And I'm gonna make some fun scopes maybe when it's rainy indoors with high speed internet. Yeah. Periscope was wild. So wild. It just was crazy. The different countries adopted it differently. Nice, yes. Yes. Oh, you can see pixelated clouds, so blue today. Actually, this summer was so dry, it was very often blue like this. Like typical Saskatchewan prairie weather in the summer. It's you don't get views like this often in Japan, in here. Your microphone seems to be picking up electronic interference like old Nokia. Really? Maybe. Is it like weird twirling thing? Because that might be a artifact from compression of the audio. I sometimes had this weird thing on Periscope. It just it sounded like there was some echo to it. Sometimes it happened because I inserted the microphone into the jack, the jack into the phone, and the connection was not 100%. Grease from fingers and things like that accumulate over years. But you did the same thing. I heard a lot of noise, and now it's. Oh, okay. Maybe I just twisted my jack in the phone, so maybe that's why. This headset I have. I've been taping it with like tape. It's so old. I think it's like now 4 or 5 years old. I think the rubber is starting to turn into like putty, gooey thing. Better now, okay. I just got some weird thing, retry button. Wonder if something is failing. What will happen if I go into a low reception area? How will the YouTube handle it? Well, let's just see if the geocache is still here. Geocache is under the surveillance camera of the airport. And I wonder... Oh yeah, it's still here. It's still here. My gosh. I do a lot of geocaching. So I know this stuff. That fixed it. Sounds much. See, guys, if you weren't here, I would have never known. Sometimes I did scopes like that, no one came, and then I realized the sound was not working, and no one actually told me. I've seen YouTube Blue before. Other streamers go to low reception area just like to... okay. Yeah, Twitter Live was like Periscope. If you have logged in into the good area, you get pretty good stream. But when you went away into the lower reception, it would start kind of like it would play and then stop and play and stop, and it would eventually crap out. But I think on YouTube it actually jumps and chooses like different compression that's better for lower bandwidth, so that you can still have sound and video of lower quality. We're getting blurrier. Yeah, I think the low quality is low quality. And then on the periscope, sometimes you would keep on going while you'll be disconnected completely. But the thing never told you. And if the screen tries to twitch, it was also a sign of like you cannot log into the reception or into a good reception. Ah. We'll see how it works. How blurry can this be? You have to like stay and wait for the compression to record all the shapes and materialize. In general, you know, scoping grass, that's the worst because grass, there's just so much detail, it's impossible to make it. How do I even focus? Just pressing once? Oh, focus works just by pressing once. Ah. In focus, physical camera in the phone also helps the details, so the compression doesn't need to work that heavily and estimate. Well, hey, that's not bad. If you could read it on this low reception, I think this is amazing. I often play online radio on it or YouTube, but the YouTube goes in the lowest quality and it just works. But anything more, it's just not enough. I can Skype also, which I'm amazed, but Google Meet didn't work well on that. Glad to meet you. Yeah, you can be friends now. I wonder how many people will actually show up here, because there are still. I made this channel right after Periscope died. I mean, before it was dying. And I think 70 people followed me, but there's almost no one who watches YouTube. No one has it like, you know, on follow, or they're logged into some different accounts. Who knows? At least the chat works. I can see you guys typing, and I think I cannot type myself. Yeah, I don't think I can type. What did you do yesterday? Did you stream? You know, yesterday was, I think, Twitter Live, and T-Roses came. And what I came to conclusion is that when she was coming and going, so she was DMing me because I said, no one DMs me and I don't understand like what's happening. And she did lots of DMing, and I checked it today, and yeah, there were DMs, but I didn't see them anymore. So I think Twitter completely like closed the loophole. Because DMing shows the notifications at the top, so you could chat through the DMs. And maybe they just closed it. And then I noticed by chance that I can actually do YouTube from my account I made, you know, after Twitter died. I mean, after Periscope died. So, can you tell people on the X? Yeah, I did post on the X, but I don't think anyone looks at it. I don't think there are lots of people on the X these days. I mean, I never found it appealing. When Twitter came out on normal phones, like, you know, it was really, really like, you know, very short, 128 character messages. I didn't even use it back then. I never used Twitter because I never found anything appealing. Like, why would you use something if there's advertisements on it and they make money on it, right? Because for me, you know, internet was always free. So I never got attracted to, like, why should I pay this money for the game and play it on a, you know, fun if I could just play a gazillion free games on the computer. So I actually created a Twitter account. When was it? After I created the Periscope account. I think it was because the Midori from Kyoto, Kobe. She wanted to DM me or something. She wanted to send me a card, and I had to send her a address. So I had no idea how to use this. I created a Twitter account to send my address to her. And I think that was all for Twitter. And then I never really used it. And then I noticed, when Twitter bought Periscope, they incorporated the Periscope part. I think it's exactly the same code as Twitter Live, but no one used Twitter Live because Periscope was so good. So then they offered, plenty of money to the guy of this Periscope. They bought the Periscope and then they shut it down. So because no one wanted to run it. Or maybe it was too difficult to control the privacy, things like that. Oh, BMW coming through. Oh goodness, that fits in this road. Look at this, guys, Japanese road from the Middle Ages. One horse, two horses across. Prius. Actually, new Priuses are really slick these days. They came out, I think, a few months ago. I never used Twitter either. I'm an IT guy. You know what I mean then. You know what I mean. I watched live streams on TikTok. Yeah, I never got into TikTok anyway. Not sure. I've seen it, but I just... Lexus and Lexus? Oh, two same Lexuses, but different colors here. And Mercedes. Look at this. I think there's a trip from school that brought buses here. Kids must be enjoying the day. I think Elon is trying to kill it. Yeah, I think so. He did everything to make it so unlikable. But then, I have nothing to lose. I only enjoyed Periscope for the way to stream, and to tell the truth, it's like when I first installed it, I thought, this is stupid because it's such a privacy risk, right? Someone can just find very easily who you are and stalk you and who knows what else. So I never showed my face. But the other Periscopers in Japan who showed their face, they got defaced on some adult website. And they blamed it on Twitter. And the Twitter couldn't do anything but remove these hacked links and things. My God. Can you imagine if your workplace finds out you are on some adult website? It was just funny. But yeah, danger is there. So, if I'm streaming for 28 minutes, I think in the first 3 minutes, my 350 megabytes have evaporated. And from then on, I'm streaming on the very low bandwidth of, instead of 120 megabits per second, it goes to 200 kilobits per second, which is like, telephone connection style. You guys remember these modems? 54K modems, 14.4K modems. I think this is 200K. Old times, dial-up, internet. So I think, if bandwidth works, I can pretty much walk and talk till my phone drops. And my phone is already so old, and my gimbal is so old. Everything is like ancient by now. AI to replace your face. Yeah, I probably could. My first modem was, I had the same one, and it took forever to download the, files from BBSs. It was like hours and hours of sitting and like, do not pick up the phone. Oh my God, do not pick up the phone. And no one could call, like I blocked my parents' phone line for like hours and hours. They had to get separate phone line just for this, which was crazy. I tried to running a BBS, but it was just too much. I just, I had free dial-up to my university for free, and dialing up within the city limits. There's no limits. I mean, it's free. You don't pay any extra minutes for that. So you can imagine I could dial up to my university, and from then connect. There was a telnet available. I could telnet to any computer in the world. And there were countless of BBSs that were around. I got so many email addresses back then, like with freenets from another cities and countries. There was even one freenet in US somewhere where I got access to the shell. I had a whole shell account access for free, just by telnetting to it. And then I could, I remember getting a program that would pipe the internet. What was it called? PPP something. I mean, you pipe the internet through the telnet, through your dial-up, and you get real IP address on the other end, and you could run browser and all that stuff, That was amazing. Before that, it was all like text, wherever you are connected, Gopher protocol. And then later came Lynx browser. Those were all browsers like, for internet, but without graphics, just pure text. This the BBS. They say my parents were so mad. Oh my gosh. Gopher, yeah, Gopher. But it was amazing that you could I could connect to NASA and download their photos of the day or something like this. It was mind-blowing by then. And I think there was in Canada there was Discovery Channel, which I really liked. And I went to their website and I saw the host's email. So, I was just so hyped. I sent them hi, is this working? I'm using email. And this guy replied to me. It was best time ever. I'm holy cow, this is so powerful. I could just communicate, with someone in a second, and then he's like a famous person, He must be retired by now. He was already old by then. Oh, Usenet was sweet. Usenet was awesome. I had all the news groups lined up. Yeah, I remember those days. Now everything is on Reddit, I think. Usenet and IRC, right? International Relay Chat. I didn't even know what it was short for. Internet relay chat. You would have different servers connected together, and I could go there and find channel Poland, and I could talk to all these Polish people from Poland while I was in Canada. That was the basis for the messengers later, and IRC. IRC is still going. I think there's still servers around, and I think Usenet. I think all the service providers have discontinued the Usenet servers. I wonder if you could run your own and see what's there. I used to run Linuxes after that and email servers. I was experimenting so much. Multi-user dungeon games. You telnet to the game and you keep on playing through the text terminal. Pre-World of Warcraft for free. Usenet exists a little. Yeah, that's what I think. Gopher also is. I don't know how many websites are left with Gopher these days. And I wonder what else is there. Yeah, crazy old days. My gosh. And I remember still all these protocols for downloading the binary files from BBSs. Like there was Z modem, and then there was, gosh, what was it? Y modem or something else? And they all gave you different speeds and properties, or checks for errors, I think, you know. You know the BBS games, yeah. Yeah, BBSs also have games. But in addition to that, they also had the BBS email, and they were all connected together, so you could send email to other people through the BBS. But once you got the access to Freenet and you made an account, you had access to the real email, and that was like oh my god, that was crazy. That was crazy amazing. Yeah. Sometimes I sat at the university and played, you know, browsed. Sometimes I went to the local library. But the best was if you just sit at home and enjoy the free dial-up to the university that maybe nobody kind of knew that you could actually telnet from there. That was sweet. It's just sweet. Anyway, I gotta get going now. I guess I'll be YouTubing from now on. So yeah, it seems like it's working. So take care for now. Gotta go scoping down. Bye.